Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be doing a 3D CAD, computer-aided design or 3D model on a Autodesk Fusion 360. So I'll be doing a brief overview on how you're going to use Fusion 360 to design your 3D model. For those of you who have yet to subscribe to my channel, alright, please do subscribe to my channel because I do videos and tutorials on digital fabrications such as this. Click on like if you think this video is useful, or dislike, and let me know what are the things that I may have missed out. Alright, for those of you who wish to get Fusion 360, click on the links in the description down below to get the software. Okay, so once you have Fusion 360 installed and open up and running, this should be the outlook or the UI that greets you when you launch the software. Alright, basically it has the ability to have tabs, right? So you have different multiple workspace all running at the same time. So today I am targeting for a 3D modeling on this shovel here. Okay, you can see here. It's a garden shovel. Alright, we are going to learn how to design a garden shovel on Fusion 360. So first thing you need to do is click on File and New Design, and you will have this tab here, Untitled. Okay, then you click at Save, and you type in the file that the file name that you desire. So for me, I have test1. I name it test1. Okay, so it has that name, test1 version 0. So firstly, there are 4 semi-tabs: solid, surface, sheet metals, and tools. Alright, these are the semi-tabs. Solid semi-tab is the main functions that you'll be using when you are creating your 3D models. Surface work as a patchwork. If there are some patch that you need to do on your 3D models, alright, this is the tab that you should be working on. Sheet metals is for sheet metals, alright. I rarely use this, alright. I mainly main solid and surface. And lastly, the last semi-tab is where you can generate your STL file, have your add-ins or scripts, other utility functions, and inspection analysis of your 3D model. Alright, so let's go back to the solid tab. Alright, under the solid tab, there's a create sketch. So when you create your 3D model, it starts from a 2D design. So you have to think about your 3D model from a cross-sectional view and think of how best your 3D model can be generated from a sketch. Alright, so let's say we are going to create this garden shovel. Okay, this garden shovel, it starts from something from a triangle here, right? And have this stem all the way and handle all the way back. So based on that design, I shall click on this top right hand cube. Alright, this top right hand cube is where you orientate your perspective. So you can home your view, you can see from the top view, you can see from the back view, you can see from the bottom, so on and so forth. So when I start my sketch, I go from the top view and create a sketch. Right, I create and click on the plane, the top plane. So I start with a line. Okay, I orientate it such a way that I am on the positive dimension of the top plane. So I am going to place my first point, and my second point is about, I would say, you can enter the dimensions that you want. All right, the base of the triangle will be 140. All right, so next I am going to create the triangle. So I would like it to be much wide, sharper. So I'm gonna create, as you can see, there is the dotted construction line. It tells you that that is the midpoint between those two lines. So I'm gonna create the tip at the midpoint. All right, the tip of the shovel at the midpoint. So I'm gonna create it such a way that it's much more pointier. All right. So I'm gonna click here and return it back to the point. So if the point meets, you can look at your mouse and there is a box, a target box. If you click on other angles, it shows like a plus, add in a point, or X. All right. If it meets a line, or if it meets at the tip or the end of the line, then it's a clean box. So you click on that. All right. So you are done. So once you have this triangle, it should turn blue. The internal parts or the internal surface is blue. All right. So now I think I would like to fillet the edges. All right. Fillet the edges, or whichever way you say it. All right. I do not want a deep fillet. I would say 6 is enough. There you go. And on the other point, I click again, the sharp edge, click, and you have those sharp edges or sharp tips gone. All right. So now it's done. Click on finish sketch. So you have a very nice scoop. Okay. But your scoop is flat. What can we do to make it curve? So you're going to click on front, right? So I'm going to teach you how to bend a 3D object. So you go create sketch under surface, sorry. So we're going to go under surface. We're going to create a sketch and click on this plane, the front plane. All right. So I am going to create a curve. Just conic curve. All right. So I'm going to create the first point. There will be just 2 points that you need to select. Let me see. I'm going to create it such a way that, okay, one here and one here. And I'm going to create that curve at the center. Okay, let's look at center. Okay, I have that. So I create that curve. All right, I can create a deeper curve, a deeper curvature if I want to. So maybe I create a deeper curve. I create it such a way like that. Okay, so maybe it can carry more soil. So I create. So I can adjust how sharp or deep the curve is. And I think 75 is fine. All right. So I have from here a line and a complete closed loop or lines. All right. So what can I do to make a bend from this spade or the scoop? So I'm gonna adjust it such that it is center of that triangle. Okay, so from here, okay, so from here, I click on extrude and I extrude symmetric, new body. extrude, symmetric. So you can see here, I extrude as much as I can, and so that it covers the triangle. All right, let me adjust this. Okay, it does cover the triangle, doesn't it? Okay, and click on OK, new body. So now the next thing is I'm gonna extrude this spade. So we go back to solid. All right. Okay, just now since we have a line, so we just extrude under the surface tab. Now this is a closed lines, a closed loop of lines. So under the solid tab, you extrude it from there. So under create, you have this option extrude, and you extrude it. All right, extrude. Let me see. Extrude, extrude. Okay, so it's not one side, again symmetric, and you have the option right now to join, cut, or intersect. All right, so once we have symmetrically extrude both sides, top and bottom, under operation you click on intersect and click on OK. So you can see that there is a very sharp bend of a scoop, right? So what you need to do is click on this object here, right click, and select the option thicken. So under this option, you can specify the thickness, all right, 3 mm, and direction is one side, and click OK. So you have this scoop like that. Okay, so once you have this scoop done, the next thing you do, you need to do the handle. So you go back to the right perspective and click on sketch again, click on the right perspective, click on lines. So let's create the handle. So I create the first initial line at 255 and goes up about 25, about 150 tab, and you can specify how much degree angle that you prefer. So I specified 25 mm with 150 degrees, and after which I can adjust further. I would say 100 and about 160 degrees, tap 160. Okay, so all I need to do is just click and I have that line. Now I don't think I should end there. I want to add something different, make it much more user friendly. So I am gonna create a arc. Let's create a tangent arc from here, and I specify the endpoint. All right, and that's it. Now I have not end there, but I can click on finish sketch. All right, so once I select this line, I can click on edit sketch, and there's this option here. Under modify, you click on offset. So offset position is up to you whether you want to offset the direction inwards or outwards. Okay, outwards or inwards. So what is the thickness of this material? Let's see, will be 5. Let's put it 5 mm, or no, I would say 3 mm. All right, and click on OK. So as you can see, there is an offset, one outer layer and one inner layer, but since the edges are not linked, that's a problem. So you have to manually link it up using the line tool, and then you realize that there is a closed loop. All right, so what you need to do right now is you click on the center blue area, all right, the space, and you can see here. And finally, you click on extrude. Direction will be symmetric, and distance will be about, let's say, 10. Let's see the effect. There you go. 10 is too big, so I guess let's do 5. Yeah, so you have about 5. 5 is all right. All right, so select the profile, which is the line, sorry, the space, the blue surface area, symmetric, such that it grows wide left and right, and you specify the distance. So that means if it's 5, then it's 5 for left and 5 for right, so total will be 10. So I would say 2.5. Sorry, 2.5. So you can see here it's about that size. All right, and operation is new body. All right, so now you have the head and the tail. All right, so how can you move this onto the head? So what you need to do, under browser, there is this sub folder called bodies. Select which body that you wish to move. All right, so let's say I would like to move the spade. All right, body 2. Right click and click on move, so I can shift it around, right, just underneath the handle, and I can lift it up above the Z axis. Okay, and just a bit more. Okay, and click. All right, now the next one, body 3 is the handle. So what I need to do, or you under modify, you click on the move here, you can shift the handle around, raise it up. Okay, and there you go. Now it may not look aligned, right? So we click on OK first. And what can we do for this big-headed and thin tail shovel? So we can click on modify and align, right? Object bodies. So look at that. You can align in such a way that snap to here. There you go. So it's aligned to that surface. So you can see. All right. It looks more like a stingray, in my opinion. Okay. So this is how it's done. Now the objects are totally 2 different bodies. So the work is not yet done. So how can you join them both? Under modify, there's this option combine, or this function combine. So target body, to body, and operation join. All right. New component, keep tools, and click OK. There you go. You have component 2. All right. So this is I rename it as uh, garden shovel joint. So you have a one whole continuous body. All right. So that is one example of how you design a 3D model on Fusion 360. So the next thing you ask is, how do I export this file? Okay, under body, you can right click and save as STL. Or under tools, make 3D print, refinement high, make sure send to 3D print utility is unchecked and click OK. You are able to save it under STL as a STL file. Alright, so that's how you create a 3D model on Fusion 360. Alright, bye.